My 38F husband, 44M, walks around naked in front of 4-year-old daughter. I, 38F, can't tell if I'm being weird and a prude, but my husband, 44M, is very comfortable walking around the house naked. When he's getting ready to have a shower, he obviously gets naked, but then it's like he just gets distracted, ADHD, and does something else for a while. The same thing happens when he gets out of the shower. Or sometimes he'll find a shirt to wear and goes to get pants, but again gets distracted and he's walking around no bottoms. This was all fine, although I've always found it weird. But laugh at his "who cares if I'm naked" attitude. But our daughter just turned 4, and I thought as she gets older and much more aware, he would try to be more discreet, but nope. I am pretty sure his own dad is the same way, to some extent. Like, he's definitely seen him naked lots of times. And he has a sister, so maybe it's what they're used to. But am I just being a prude about it all? I mean, this is his 4-year-old daughter. Should she be seeing him naked all the time? If we had a son, I wouldn't mind. He knows I don't like it, but again, gets distracted, and when our daughter says anything about it, like, "Dad, I can see your penis," he just says, "Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I know your mom doesn't like it." This will usually remind him he needs to get dressed, but I don't. No, I do realize we've probably all seen our parents naked at least once. But to see them naked all the time, is that weird? Or should I just relax and laugh it off? TLD, her husband walks around naked in front of our 4-year-old daughter all the time, and I'm not sure if I'm being a prude about it or if it really is weird behavior. I don't think nudity is an issue, but if he can't remember simple things like getting dressed, then I would suggest going to a doctor or neurologist. As someone who definitely saw my parents and siblings naked from a very young age, these comments are wild. Drawing penises in kinder? Won't know it's wrong for a crackhead to flash them? What planet are you guys living on? Listen, if your child is ever uncomfortable and expresses that on their own, boundaries should be put in place. Other than that, I really don't see the issue. Normalize what real bodies look like, especially this day and age where she is likely to be bombarded with a million images of altered, airbrushed BS. Remove shame from the body. Teach about consent. Teach about context. If you're doing these things, none of this wild crazy, "your child won't know they were sawed," is going to remotely happen. We had 6 kids in my family. My dad walking his naked ass to the shower never gave us the impression that people can just whip their genitals out. We never drew penises on our grade school artwork. We didn't try to walk around naked on the streets. Actually, we all learned what bodies really look like, and none of us have weird hang-ups around body image or nudity. Nobody was curious or trying to play doctor with neighbor kids because, yeah, duh, we know what genitals look like. Edit. Alright, we all drew, or continue to draw, it seems, a bunch of slongs, but I don't think it was because I was traumatized by dad's peen. Tears of joy. Some of the initial comments were like, "What will you say when your small child just draws dicks everywhere and they'll find out your husband walks around naked?" The abuse. Quote, "Those people are still weirdos." I am on the theory of if we let our kids see us naked and treat naked as normal when young, they will not make a big deal about it later. So you and my parenting styles would be different. It's only going to become weird if you turn it into something weird. I mean, this is his 4-year-old daughter. Should she be seeing him naked all the time? If we had a son, I wouldn't mind. Why is it okay for your husband to be naked in front of a son but not a daughter? Nudity does not translate to anything sexual, unless it is made to be sexual. To a kid, a naked body is just a naked body. It's one thing if you aren't comfortable with nudity, but don't project that discomfort onto your child. Unless your daughter has explicitly indicated that she's not comfortable seeing her dad naked, or you have strong evidence that points to your husband doing sexual things in front of your daughter while naked, you're turning the situation into a problem when there is none. I don't see anything wrong with it. I wouldn't want to build shame around a naked body or make it weird. She's only 4. As a nanny, I was around for that transition point in a lot of families. The general rule was, as soon as either party involved is uncomfortable, clothes go on and bathroom doors get closed. Simple. My parents are pretty conservative, but I remember up until a certain age, maybe 56, they were comfortable with being nude in the household. Then, as we grew older, they would stop being nude around us. I remember seeing my friends' parents in their undies in lol. Since we're all girls, the mother would not care to go around the house only in her slip, so you can see her breasts pretty clearly. We didn't care, of course. I'm sure she'd cover up if there were boys around though. Female kindergarten teacher who grew up in a nude family here. We were nude fairly often, just running from bathrooms to bedrooms etc. till I was 10. Dad started covering up then, but my mom still comes to talk to me in the shower. I'm 40. Helpful to remember that nudity and sexual behavior are extremely different. If anything, it's extremely healthy to see adults in non-sexual, safe situations comfortable in their skin. See Northern European sauna and nude beach culture. So don't worry about your daughter, but do worry about your marriage and why your husband isn't respecting your, presumably clearly and repeatedly voiced, boundaries. She's 4. I also love how you wouldn't have a problem with it if it was a son. What's the difference? Unless you're making this a sexual thing, which you know, that would be extremely weird and creepy. I'm 25 years old and I still see my mom naked when she gets out of the shower and changes and I'm in the room. Tell your husband to go see a doctor, cause forgetting to do things that quickly is not normal. If we had a son, I wouldn't mind. Why? Examine this. I am a male, so it's different, but my retired, flat-assed, overweight father used to wander around the house butt naked, having 45-minute phone conversations right there at the dining room table all the time. Lol, gross, was all I remember thinking. Kids see things so differently than us adults. I don't think those experiences affected me in any way, sexually or socially. Dad was just gross. Lol. From a random Redditor's view, the minute the parents make it a thing is the minute it becomes an issue. That being said, Dad is gonna have to chill out with that at some point soon. One thing I'm very sure of, this woman is not going to get any clarity by reading these wild-ass comments. Lol, some of y'all are insane. Open mouth smile. It's only weird if you make it weird. In my family, French, we've always been naked in front of each other. I even showered with my dad until 8 or 10. We've had the possibility to ask questions and to not be ashamed of what we are, as we saw different bodies than ours. What I can relate to this environment is, I think, more understanding of consent differences. And now I am much more open about physical differences and bodies that are not the norm. I am quite comfortable with nudity now, and what is important is to not importunate others. But I can totally enjoy swimming naked while bathing in a river or anything with close friends who might swim naked too. With puberty, me and my sister have had moments where we wanted some privacy to deal with our changing bodies, and we've had the possibility to do so. By now we're past this and just happen to see each other naked while coming back from the shower. For example, I am living at my parents' house temporarily. All in all, I think this benefits my self-esteem on all things related to sex, my body, and I'm more attentive to the feelings of others. I know this might sound weird for an American, what I've read sometimes, but for me it was a great environment to grow into. She's 4. You're making this sexual. I used to bathe with my parents until I was 6 or so. Also, as an adult, I've been to the hot springs with my mom. It's normal in Japan and isn't sexualized, and literally your daughter hasn't gone through puberty or anything, so it shouldn't be weird. Please examine why you're uncomfortable. Do teach her proper terminology. Sounds like she knows penis, which is great, and body boundaries to keep her safe from predators. But unless you think your husband is a predator, it should not be weird. My partner and I both have ADHD, and yet somehow we are capable of getting dressed. Face with rolling eyes. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with him being naked in front of a 4yo, but the fact he can't remember to put on clothes because he's distracted is a bit alarming. The biggest thing I have a problem with is him saying, "Your mom doesn't like it," because you all should be a team in front of your child. That small seed will grow. I would sit down with him and talk about that. Grew up with nudist parents. I am not. One sibling is and another is not. It's really NBD. Once child hits puberty, they might find it gross and weird. My folks kinda stopped when oldest sibling hit the teens. Meh. I think being able to show comfort with your body and constructively showing that the naked body isn't automatically a sexual thing is positive.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.